Guys, money is easy. The life you want is easy. All you have to do is fall in love with the work. And you're going to realize it wasn't actually that difficult. All it took was consistency and doing everything I'm supposed to do properly. A lot of you deserve the failure you endure. In the end, God gives you exactly what you deserve. So if you're not happy with your life, you have to ask yourself, do you really deserve more? You deserve what you have. You deserve your mediocrity. Every single thing I've ever wanted, I have got. Maybe not instantly, maybe not easily, in fact, certainly not both. And I put in enough work to show God and show the universe I deserve them, so he gave them to me. You're not burnt out from overworking. You're burnt out from underliving. You've confused movement for meaning. You've been running in circles and calling it purpose. You betrayed the voice inside that begged you to rise higher, to chase something more, to escape the noise and build a legacy. But you silenced it. You shut it up with distractions. You drowned it in comfort. You told yourself, later, tomorrow, next year. And every time you postponed your greatness, a part of you died. Not visibly, not dramatically, quietly, like a slow bleed. And now you wake up each morning already defeated, pretending you need rest, when what you really need is resurrection. There's no honor in suffering silently for a life that makes you feel empty. If your job makes you sick, quit. If your habits make you weak, kill them. If your friends drain your energy, walk away. Because nothing is more expensive than staying loyal to things that destroy your mind. You want to fix your burnout? Stop treating yourself like a victim and start acting like a general. Audit your life like your future depends on it, because it does. The man with a reason doesn't need motivation. He doesn't need breaks. He doesn't need balance. He's lit from within, and the world feels that heat every time he walks into a room. And that's who you're meant to be. That's what's buried beneath the exhaustion, not a broken version of you, a forgotten version, a savage, a creator, a leader, a fire starter. You don't need to slow down. You need to wake up. The world doesn't pause for your overthinking. Opportunity doesn't knock forever. It walks past the door and never looks back. And the saddest part? You feel it. Not today, but one day that regret will choke you in your sleep and it won't let go. People waste their prime pretending they're not ready. They convince themselves they need more knowledge, more preparation, more time. No. You need urgency. You need to feel the weight of what you're risking by standing still. The greatest pain isn't failure. It's realizing you never even stepped into the arena. You sat in the stands, watching others bleed, win, rise, fall, while you kept polishing the excuse that you weren't ready. There are men right now who had nothing last year, and now they're running entire empires because they chose to move while others paused. That's how fast it changes. One decision, one shift, one moment of savage clarity, and suddenly you're no longer watching life, you're dominating it. You don't have time. You have things to do. You need to sit at home and feel this fire inside of you because you do not have all of the money you want and your name has not been echoed into eternity. It's down to you. I could take you to the start line. I could tell you you can do it, but you have to be the one to run the race. I can't carry you. But when you do, it is worth it. To die for something, to live for something. That's the whole point in all of this. Most people go through their entire adult life without trying 100% hardly ever. And it's interesting because we're entering the most competitive period of human history. So it's very important that you're good at everything you do. They told you to slow down, but they never told you what you're supposed to be running toward in the first place. They handed you a script of coping mechanisms and called it self-care. But true self-care is self-confrontation. It's looking in the mirror and admitting that you've been passive in your own life. It's recognizing that comfort is not the cure, clarity is. You don't need more sleep, you need more direction. You don't need a nap, you need a new life. One that matches the power you've hidden inside for too long. You are not here to cope. You are here to conquer. The problem isn't that you're exhausted. It's that you kept quiet for too long. You've silenced your intuition. You've ignored your calling. You've traded meaning for metrics. And that internal war, it's your reminder, a reminder that you are meant for more than just surviving. You are meant to awaken. And you have to do it now. You were always ready. You just chose safety over sovereignty. And now you carry a heavy heart, not because life was unfair, but because you never demanded more from yourself. This is your window, not tomorrow, not after your next breakdown, now, while your heart still beats, while your hands still function, while your mind still burns. Because there will come a day when your body can't catch up with your ambition. And on that day, you'll pray for just one more chance to go all in.
Don't let losers and brokies sit and say to you, oh, all our graves are the same, it doesn't matter. It does matter. You were not born to suffer and die without being remembered or leaving a mark on this planet. Don't do it if you're not going to try. It's a bad habit to go, oh, I tried. I didn't give it my all, but at least I went. It's going that matters. That's not true. If you're going to do it right. There's no point in half doing anything. You may as well have not done it at all.
When your life has no direction, your mind will break down. Nothing to fight for, nothing to chase. A man without a mission becomes his own worst enemy every single time. You're worn out from pretending to be okay with average. You're tired because your heart knows you're capable of more, but your habits are stuck in a prison built by fear, laziness, and fake comfort. Because every second you spend in silence, every day you delay your alignment, every night you stare at the ceiling wondering what happened to me, is a second stolen by the old life trying to keep you chained. But deep inside you, there's a man waiting. The man who's tired of pretending. The man who doesn't want naps. He wants revenge on mediocrity. And the second you unlock him, the burnout disappears. Because fire doesn't fatigue. It only grows hotter. There's a clock in your chest that doesn't tick in seconds. It ticks in choices. Every decision you postpone is a brick you place in your own prison. Every excuse you defend is another step away from the life that could have been yours. And when that realization slaps you across the face, it won't be gentle. It'll feel like drowning in a sea you poured yourself. Because nothing stings more than the agony of, I could have. And the most dangerous emotion on this planet isn't fear, it's regret. Fear isn't the enemy. Fear is the signal. If something scares you, it's probably the exact thing that will evolve you. Comfort is the cage. It's the padded room that whispers sweet lies until your potential suffocates in silence. You think staying comfortable protects you. It doesn't. It rots you from the inside. You lose your edge. You dull your instincts. You forget what it feels like to want something with every ounce of your being. And eventually you become like everyone else, smiling, scrolling, slowly decaying while pretending everything's fine.
If you try your very best in all things, and you pray, and you're really thankful to God, and you say thank you all the time, you start to become very lucky. You guys are truly running out of time. It's very important that you get your act together quickly. The reason the male peacock shows its feathers is to say, look what I have. That's what built the modern world. Don't be confused. You don't want to flex asininities. You want to flex capabilities.
You say you need rest, but you're not resting. You're escaping. You wake up tired, not because your body is broken, but because your soul is starving. You drag yourself through the day with a smile you don't feel and energy you don't have. Not because you've done too much, but because you've done nothing that fulfills you. It's not because you've been grinding too hard. It's because you've been grinding in the wrong direction, chasing tasks that drain you, pleasing people who wouldn't show up to your funeral, following routines that keep your heart numb and your spirit on life support.
Now, you should have enough respect for yourself that you're prepared to always put in the effort to give your best 100% because it is a habit. Every single thing I approach with vigor because I like being good at things. You can become good at learning so that you learn things faster. good at concentrating. It's not about going to the training. It's about trying hard in the training. It's about giving it your all.
Wake up earlier than the sun. Fill your mind with power, not poison. Sweat until your lungs scream. Read until your thoughts sharpen like blades. Take the pain you feel and turn it into strategy. Let the exhaustion fuel the blueprint for your evolution. Don't collapse under pressure, harden under it. Become unbreakable through it. And don't confuse peace with passivity. Peace isn't the absence of work, it's the presence of purpose.
This is what they teach inside of common pop psychology classes. Yeah, and take the small success and be happy with it. And no, I don't consider myself successful. All I do is work. I work 7 days a week. And you see a lot of people do it, right? They'll say, oh yeah, I had a really great week and I made some money and now I'm in Costa Rica. You're never going to win that way, which is why all of the people who are truly rich are workaholics, because it's the only way to really get there.
Time isn't slipping away, it's sprinting, full speed while you hesitate at the starting line, hoping life will slow down for your comfort. It won't. It never has. And the sickest joke of all, most people don't realize it until the countdown has already hit 0. Your mind knows you were meant for chaos, conquest, momentum. You were not designed to be tamed. You were built for storms. But you've silenced your fire for so long it's turned into smoke. That's why nothing excites you anymore. You've traded the warpath for a waiting room. You don't need to unplug, you need to reboot. You need to rewire your entire mindset. Because you were never built to coast. You were never made for mediocrity. You are a weapon, and the world has convinced you to live like a tool.
You actually kind of have to hope that you don't get rich too early before you've struggled enough, because men are built on the back of struggle. But don't worry, I think God has a plan for you. You should be trying your absolute best to get rich all of the time. And all of those lessons that will come with all the suffering and the difficulty will be amplified by the time you're a multimillionaire and you'll become the best version of yourself. That's how you become a top G.